Hi, good evening. This is Ms. Gwit. Tonight we're studying Relationships Among Organisms, Lesson 12.3 of our textbook. We have one essential question. What are the three types of symbiosis? Under your foldable flap, first define symbiosis. Two species live close together. They can be plants and animals, and there are three types of symbiosis. So we're going to be looking at those. So symbiosis are two species that live close together. Let's look at the first type. Mutualism is where both species benefit from living near each other. In the case of the butterfly, it takes the pollen and spreads it throughout, thus helping the flower reproduce. And meanwhile, it also gives some nectar to the butterfly. So both the butterfly and the flower are benefiting. In the case of the sea anemone and the clownfish, the sea anemone provides protection for the clownfish. Meanwhile, the clownfish brings little food pieces into the sea anemone. In the case of the antelope and the oxpecker bird, the bird is taking ticks off the top of the antelope, and then the antelope is benefiting because he doesn't have any more ticks on him. Meanwhile, the bird is getting dinner. And that is the same case for the rhinoceros and that small bird. The rhinoceros is benefiting, he's getting the ticks taken off of him, and the bird is eating. Both organisms benefit. The second type of symbiosis is called Commensalism. Please define this underneath your flap. It's one species that benefits and the other is neither harmed nor helped. So in this case, the herd of cattle are just grazing in the field, and the cattle grazing birds are waiting for the cattle to kick up any worms or insects that are on the ground floor. And the cattle keep going on. They don't care. They're not harmed or helped. But the birds are getting their dinner for free. And in this case, the shark and the remora. The shark continues moving through the ocean. Sometimes pieces of food fall out of his mouth, and the remora are there to get their free dinner. So the remora are benefiting, and the shark, he is not harmed nor helped. He doesn't care. The third type of symbiosis is parasitism. Please write this under your flap. It's when one organism living with or on the inside of another and harming it. So in this case, we have a tick living, pulling the blood out of some animal, and the tick is benefiting while the animal is being harmed. It's being hurt because the blood's being pulled out. The mold on strawberries. The mold is attacking the strawberries and taking over them, and the strawberries are dying. A mosquito on a human arm. The mosquito is pulling out the blood, and a human is going to have a big bump there, and it's going to be very itchy. So in the case of parasitism, and just like this juniper tree, you can see that you've got this big lump on the top of the tree that's taken over. It looks like a nest, but it's actually taken over and is going to kill that other tree. So you've got one organism very much harmed and the other organism happy because they've gotten something out of it. In the case of parasitism, you have a host and a parasite. Please write this down. A host is an organism that the parasite lives on or in. A parasite is an organism that benefits. So the host is harmed and the parasite is happy. In the case of the mosquito and the human arm, the host, what would that be? If you guess the arm, you're correct. And the parasite, who would that be? That's right, he's the mosquito. That concludes tonight's presentation. Make sure you have all definitions that were in red, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.